Once again, my name is Rodney Poole, and I am with Talk It Out NC, and I'm here with my dream team, my starting three at this point when it comes to the teen athletic team talk, team talk panel. A couple of things I was sharing with Malik earlier is that our objective is to educate young people, educate kids younger than you, educate kids your age, because the research is very clear. Not everyone is drinking. Not everyone's vaping. Not all teenagers are smoking weed. Actually, it's a minority when it comes to all of them, and when it comes to those substances. And even fewer kids your age are shooting heroin and doing meth, all right? So, but those are the most popular: alcohol, tobacco, well, vaping more so, and marijuana. We are seeing some use of abuse of prescription medications. But our objective is to help parents realize this, first of all, that not everyone's doing that stuff, as well as those at your school, those at other schools, other teams, to realize, you know what? I don't have to drink, I don't have to get high, and I can still be cool, all right? Y'all cool, right?
Yeah.
Y'all seem pretty cool. Y'all seem pretty cool. Jordan, tell me about yourself.
Well, my name is Jordan. I'm left-handed. I play football, run track. Very popular.
Okay. Yeah, I think Malik said he knew you. This is the guy you said
you know me?
Well, no, was it Nate said he knew you? Who? Nate said he knew you. He said you're a baller.
Yeah,
I
do my thing.
He didn't say that. He didn't say. I'm joking.
Nah, I mean, I don't mind talking. Like, I can talk to anybody. I don't mind. That's pretty much it.
Okay, that's what's up. Are you a Vikings fan, bro?
Nah. I like the Cowboys.
Who is that behind you? That fathead. Who is that?
That's
me. That's you.
Yeah.
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up. I see you got the point of that ball covered up. That's what's up. All right. Okay. So let's get right into it. All right. So as I was sharing earlier, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to lecture. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear your perspective when it comes to the questions and topics that I presented. Jordan, you get a chance to read over some of the questions that I sent out.
Hold on.
You can't read them now. You got.
Oh, I just go out the burn. It's straight.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's get right into it. So tell us. Let me hear your reasons, gentlemen. As student athletes, why have you chosen not to drink or get high?
I chose not to.
Go ahead, Jordan. We'll start with you.
All right. I chose not to because, I mean, they only lead to bad results. I mean, like, there's nothing cool about it. It's just bad results. Like, there's nothing good about smoking or drinking. Mm-hmm. I decided just to stay away from it.
Okay. Jordan, real quick, do you have younger brothers and sisters?
I got an older brother and an older sister.
Older? Both of them. How much older?
7 and like 9.
9 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so older. Okay, let me ask you this real quick. Do you or have you ever looked to them for answers?
I mean, if I really, really have to, but I try to figure out stuff on my own.
Okay. All right. Same question. Nate Dawg, let's hear from you. Why did you make the decision that you have thus far?
A lot of it is just I've always been raised for the way, and this is not really a good thing to do. And it's like Jordan said, there's no benefit to it. And especially it hurts your performance in the fields because it only leads to negative physical impacts and mental impacts. Mm-hmm. So athletically, that's not going to help you. Just in schoolwork as well, because you're not actually going to be totally there. And that's what's most important is your academics. And if you're not there for either of those, then it's kind of pointless. Yeah. There's no purpose to it.
Yeah. I'm going to share something with you. I shared with Malik a few minutes ago, but let's hear from Malik real quick. Malik, same question. Why have you made the decision you've made?
You know, actually, I'm like, everybody, we all got the same kind of thing here. I mean, between the fact that I was just raised that way where you don't do it, it's just not a good decision for you to be making at this time. And then the other part is, if you're trying to be the best athlete possible, why would you do that to your body? Why? Because if you're trying to if you're trying to be the best player you can be, that's not the way you want to go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So Malik, you said something really interesting. You said, and I believe Nate, I think you said the same thing. You said you were raised that way. So what is that? What did that look like when it come to like discussions about alcohol, tobacco, other drugs from your caregiver? Was it like a formal discussion? Did it just like, I mean, is it something you picked up by watching them, or what do you think?
For me, it was never. I guess it wouldn't really be say a formal discussion. It was just ever since I was younger, it was just always constant saying, "This is not good for you. This is not good for you." And repetitively, it just was engraved in my brain to say that it's just not good for me. And by example, my parents, they don't really drink much. None of them have ever done any sort of drugs or anything. So it's just by example, then repetitive telling me what this isn't good. It's just been engraved in my mind.
Okay. So there were some conversations.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Malik, same question.
So with me, I mean, there were some conversations there, but really, what it really came from is my dad coaches college football. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of bad decisions made there in college. So
Yeah.
every time somebody made a bad decision,
Mm-hmm.
I could hear about it, and I could see what happened to the guy, and so you just see it, and you realize that's not the way to go. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's kind of where I got it.
Could you imagine being a starting ball player at, like, say, the Division I level, and you're asked to leave the team because of weed? And you know the NCAA, they don't play. They drug test. So it doesn't have to be weed. It could be a performing enhancing drug or something like that. And you had a shot to get to the next level.
You can just get kicked straight out of school too. You lose your scholarship. Everything, you do all of that.
All of it. I'm going to share real quick with you all. Nate and Jordan, I shared this with Malik earlier. I'm in long-term recovery, meaning that I used to get high as a young person. I used to smoke weed, a lot of weed in high school, and it really got in the way, like Jordan mentioned, it got in the way of everything. I mean, as Nate mentioned, it got in the way of my academic performance. It may have cost me a scholarship to play Division I football, because by the time I was in 10th grade, I weighed 225 pounds. I was bench pressing 250, and I ran a 4.6 40-yard dash, and I was a beast on the football field. But I couldn't remember the plays. I know y'all laugh. I hear you laughing, Jordan. I see you laughing. Oh my God. And I look back with regret to this very day, because a buddy of mine went on to get a full scholarship to play football at Notre Dame and got a shot to play for the Bills. He tried out for the Bills, got cut. Then he tried out for the Colts and got cut the second round. Almost made it. And I was always a better athlete than him. So that's just, we talk about the losses that take place as a result. Did you all realize that right now your brains are still developing? At what age about does your brain complete development by? Ballpark figure. Take a guess. Say again.
24.
Go on.
Say again.
40.
40?
Yeah, I say 40.
Nate Dogg, what do you say?
21.
20, in mid-20s. Mid-20s. I think Jordan said, Malik said 24. So your brain is still developing until upwards of age 24, 25. So if you start ingesting, you start smoking weed, or you're drinking, or you're taking pills, or even performing enhancing drugs, you can literally do damage to the way your brain is supposed to develop. I've heard of drops in IQ points upwards of 8 points just for marijuana. Yeah, so something to think about. Okay, so I've been in recovery for 29 years. I'm in my 30th year of recovery. No drinking, no drugs. In the last 10 years, I've traveled the world talking to kids about alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs, and my life has become exponentially better. I have a degree from Shaw University in psychology, and I'm working with the ABC Commission now, and life is good. Life is good. I got a really nice, beautiful wife and an amazing truck, and I love both of them. Okay, all right. So let's see. Oh, parents. Let's talk about parents. Can a parent keep a kid from using drugs or drinking?
No.
All right. Why not, Jordan? Why do you say no?
Because at the end of the day, they're going to make their own decision.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No matter what their parents say. I mean, your parents can say this. They can say, okay, I'm not doing it. But once they're on their own, they can do whatever they want.
Okay. I feel you. I see where you're going. Now, wait a minute. Now, Nate Dogg said he had conversations with his parents, and they kind of set an example that caused him to make a set of decisions.
I mean, I can't say like every child not gonna listen. I mean, some childs they just gonna be hard headed and gonna do what they want to do, like try it out or something. Then they end up being addicted. So it's like the choice is gonna be on them anyway.
Okay, Malik, what do you think? Can a parent keep a kid, or can a parent? Maybe a better question, a better way of addressing the question is: can a parent influence a kid's decision to use or not to use?
Absolutely. They definitely can. It's going to come down to, can you educate your child to let them understand the impacts that this is going to have on you? And like you said, even like with as much as the farthest their influence can go is honestly, I'm just going to educate you, because once they get away from you far enough, they're going to make their own decisions. So you just have to educate them to the best of your ability for them to understand why not to do this drug or why not to drink alcohol, because it's a personal choice, but you have to be able to be educated about the matter.
Okay. Is it like what should a parent not do, like when it comes to like trying to keep a kid from drinking or using drugs? Because now listen, parents are going to be listening to this, they're going to be watching this, and they're like, right now, they're taking notes. So you guys are dropping science on them. What do you think, Nate Dogg? What do you think? What should a parent not do?
The biggest thing they shouldn't do is just actually drink alcohol and take drugs. That'll be like them doing that is the biggest influence on the child to do it more often. So them not doing it gives them a child a good example of what to be.
Okay.
And then obviously educating their child and saying this is what you shouldn't do. But I think the biggest thing is just setting the right example by not doing what we were talking about.
Okay, so I heard setting the example, and having conversations.
Yes.
What do you think the conversations should look like?
I mean,
like frequency, maybe like, let's say I'm your son, all right? I'm Nate Dogg Jr., all right? And so yeah, can I have $5? You got $10? So talk to me. I'm your son, and I'm going to a party Friday.
I would say to you as son,
yeah. Can I go to the party? There's a big party happening. It's going to be off the hook. Everyone's going to be there. I got my homework done. My chores are done.
Yes, just be wary of the
phone ringing
and stuff, because it is never, it won't do any good for you. It will only do bad for you and only hurt you.
Come on, Dad. I don't do drugs. I know all of it. I heard it all. I heard it. You said it 1,000 times. I know. I get it. I'm not going to get high.
I know. I'm just making sure, because if something happens to you, I don't want that to happen, because I'm your father and I don't want that to happen to you. And if you ever need any help, if you feel like you're in a situation you can't get out, just call me and I can come get you from wherever. That's what my parents have told me. Is like, if I was ever in a situation, is just call me for whatever. I'll come and get you and just, be there for you.
I've heard that. I've heard that parents have said that no matter what, just call me. I'll come and get you. Let me ask you this. Do you think that gives a kid the green light to go ahead and turn up?
No.
You don't think so?
I'm saying, like, if they ever get in that situation where you're being pressured and you can't actually, you're like, let's say you're out with some friends and some of them are doing something and they're driving you home and you obviously don't want to get in the car with them, then you say, call me and just, wherever you are, I will come get you.
Gentlemen, real quick, you mentioned something crucial. Do not, under any circumstance, get in a car with someone who's been drinking. And I would even say, if they're 100%, I'm not saying give them a breathalyzer or give them a field sobriety test, but if there's something about the situation that you don't trust, please get a ride home. Uber, ask an adult to give you a ride, call a cab, do whatever you got to do. Don't be that tragedy. Just don't do it. Call your parent if you need to, and I bet any parent will come get you. Now hold on now. Now Jordan said when I asked the question about does it kind of give you a green light when a parent says, "Well, just call me." What do you think? What was that about, Jordan? Keep it real now. Keep it real.
It's like it's both ways. I feel like it can be both ways. I mean, I agree what he's saying, but like I feel like it can be both ways because like sometimes, like, okay, say if I go out and I got the green light from my parents, they gonna come get me no matter what. And that kind of will give me like the green light. I guess you can say. I mean, it depends on the child. It just depends on the child.
Yeah. And it really always does. It depends on the kid. What do you think, Malik? Having a parent say, no matter what, just call me. I trust you to make healthy decisions. I trust you to I'll come back to that. But do you think it gives a kid the green light? What do you think?
I'm a little confused by the question. What do you mean by the green light? Like, what do we?
To go ahead and drink as much as they can because they know their parents are going to come get them no matter what.
I think that you definitely would not try to go do crazy stuff because then if your parent comes to come get you and they see something's off with you and you got a pretty good parent that's going to get after you for it, that's not going to be a good night for you. There's going to be a lot of you're going to be in for it. I'll say that. You're going to be in for it.
Man, you open up a whole other can of worms. You said in for it. What consequences? What should that look like? Or like when it comes to rules, with your house, like how do you know? Should a parent say if you drink out, this is going to be the consequences A, B, C, and D? What should that look like? What do you think?
It's that at that point it's a whole different set of circumstances when you that's a line that I won't cross because that's a big punishment. That's a lot of things that's gonna really the biggest thing is the loss of trust and the disappointment that your parents gonna have
I've heard that
for making that bad decision.
Yeah, I've heard other kids say the same thing. They'd rather their parents be angry than disappointed in them. Yeah.
So can I go back to that question?
Yeah,
what's the worst?
Yeah, please do.
I think the worst thing a parent probably could do is be over controlling about it. You don't want to scare your child away from being able to tell you something.
Ooh, wow. Seems like a fine line though between having some level of control but having too much.
Absolutely. It's a hard thing to do, but you just got to feel it out with the child because if you go too hard and you push too much, the child's going to completely shut down, try to hide everything from you. So you're never going to be able to truly understand what the child's going through. But on the other hand, if you go too soft, then they're going to be out of control.
Okay. Nate Dogg, I saw you shaking your head. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that? On the discipline piece?
I 100% agree. It's the worst thing as a parent could do with a child is be so overly controlling. And what he was saying is like because child shutdowns. I've also seen cases where, like a child becomes you're so controlling that they want to rebel to have some sense of freedom and make it even worse. Like make child do more bad things that they wouldn't necessarily do, but since you're over controlling, you want to have that somewhat sense of freedom.
Right.
And consequence-wise, I mean, just as a teenager, you want to at least have some freedom, and in losing that trust, your parents wouldn't really give you that freedom, and that would just kind of that would be the circumstances.
Are all y'all driving? George, you driving too?
Yeah.
Okay. Did things change once y'all started driving? Like what changed, if anything?
Nothing really. I mean, not nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, it was more like just you got so you can now drive somewhere now. You can take yourself to this place. I mean, my parents have always been like, where are you going? What's going on? When are you going to be done? Where's this? So they're always trying to make sure they know exactly where I'm at what time so that they know. Because that's probably one of the most important things about letting your child drive and be free is you you have to have some sense of an idea of where they're at, so
Yeah,
that if
yeah.
anything goes wrong, you can be there for them.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right, let's get off of parents. Last question for parents. Give me some words of wisdom from all y'all seniors.
Yeah,
I'm a senior.
I am.
Nate, you're a junior, right, Nate?
Yes.
Okay, so from some words of wisdom from a high school junior or senior for parents. Words of wisdom. Jordan, what do you think? Let me clarify. When it comes to raising a teenager. Hold on, I'm a parent now. Hold on, I'm taking notes.
Just be there for them, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, just be there for them.
Okay.
And don't be over controlling.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
you gotta understand, like, we're gonna make mistakes. We're teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
But you just gotta you just gotta be there for them. Just don't be over controlling.
Okay. So be there real quick. Clarify what might that look like, being there for him? Like as a dad, how can I be there for you?
Like being someone that he can always come to talk to about his problems and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Malik, what do you think? Same question. Words of wisdom for a parent raising a teenager.
Here's something my dad always says. He says, if you ever get in trouble, let me know, because at first, yes, I'm going to be mad, but at the end, I'm going to be there for you and I'm going to help you out of this. So you need to be supportive. You need to be firm, but supportive. So you need to be, that's how parents, that's probably one of the best things you can tell your child is, look, I'm going to be upset and it's going to be bad, but it's going to be much worse if you let this thing completely spiral out of control and I can't help you. And now I'm mad at you, because then nothing's good for you. Nothing's working for you.
Yeah, and that happens sometimes. I can speak from experience where it got to the point where my parents couldn't help me. There was nothing they could do because now it's out of their hands. It was out of control. And I wonder if I had gone to them ahead of time and said, listen, this is what's happening. Yeah, they were a bit upset. Yeah, I might have got grounded. I might have gotten some trouble, but we probably would have got through it, and I wouldn't have been, in that horrible situation that I was in. And I may not be an addict today. Who knows? Who knows? Nate Dogg, same question. Words of wisdom for a parent raising a teenager in 2020.
Yeah, like both what Malik and Jordan said, we're not perfect. We're not going to be perfect. We never really will be perfect at a teenage age. Mm-hmm. Like Jordan said, we are going to make mistakes. So you just have to be there for us and support us to help us get through. Because if you're not supporting us, and like me, it's going to spiral out of control and get worse and worse and worse to the point of no return.
I like that. Someone said it earlier. Having a parent that you feel you can go ahead and go to and talk to about anything. Do y'all know why you make mistakes? Because you're human. That's what we do. It doesn't stop. I make mistakes as an adult when it comes to my wife sometimes. Yeah, I make mistakes. I make mistakes on the road while driving. We're not perfect, but we try to get through them and realize that for teenagers, you all are trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. How far can I go before I burn my hand? When it comes to, because your objective is to get out of the house and be an independent adult. So you're going to push rules, you're going to push boundaries, but parents have to hold the line and have some boundaries, because that's how life is. There are boundaries, there are laws, and not just like man-made laws. There are laws of nature. If I jump off a building, I'm going to fall down, right? That's a law of the irrefutable law of gravity. But if I run a red light and I'm in habit of running red lights, I'm breaking a law that might cause tons of pain for myself and other people. So that's just how life is. There are boundaries that we have to adhere to for our personal safety and the safety of others. Okay, let's talk about athletes. All right, so what are some of the biggest struggles for you as a teenage athlete, ball player, all around amazing person? Malik.
We're gonna go with COVID or without COVID first. Like,
Ooh, man, listen. All right, with COVID, why not? Let's go there. Let's go with the COVID-19.
it's hard because you have these hybrid or even you're just fully virtual classes. So you're trying to be a student first, and it's hard learning when you're at home. Just trying you like at home to you is a place where you're supposed to relax, enjoy yourself, be a safe place, and now you have to work from there.
I get it, bro. I get it. I hate working in my house sometimes. But okay. So dealing with having the discipline. Are you guys playing? Are you guys like back at practice yet?
Yeah.
We got a little
Somewhat.
Okay. So you have to leave home and go to practice.
Mm-hmm.
Daily?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nate Dogg said no, semi-daily?
Yeah, well, for me at least, we haven't started our sports. Like, I'll have a few things on the weekends and maybe practice here and there, but it's not as
Okay.
expensive.
Nate, you doing some stuff on your own, sport-wise?
I had tried, so before school started, yes, I'd been going out and stuff and just working.
Okay.
There. But once school starts, I have swamped the schoolwork, and then you have a job.
Yeah.
And by the
Oh, you got a
time-
job too?
Yes.
Wow. Dude,
So
you're
by the
doing
time that's all
great.
finished, and the day's already over. And
Yeah, I get it, bro. I totally get it. And that's a lifestyle of really busy people who are trying to become successful. It seems like there's not enough hours in a day sometimes. But I want to encourage you, man. Hang in there. Keep doing it. I'm telling you, you're going to become. You're already an amazing person. I can tell. You got something about you, man. I can tell you got this even. You're observant. I can tell that as well. But and able to juggle things and sports and school and work as well. It's going to pay off, man. Hang in there. Hang in there. Jordan, same question. Biggest struggle that you've noticed as a teenage athlete during COVID-19?
Staying focused, being
Okay.
dedicated.
How do you do that? How do you do that as a teenager with all the distractions, with sports and social media and fear of the COVID? And all? How do you do it?
Well, I got younger nephews. They look up to me a lot, so I just try to be like the best role model as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But I go to school like two times a week.
Okay.
And then like the times I don't go to school, I tell my nephew to come over here so I can tutor him and make sure he's good.
Good for you, bro.
Yeah, so sometimes I take him to football practice and stuff, and he be watching me and stuff. So
yeah,
it's just me
awesome.
being a great role model to him.
Yeah. Keep doing that, man. There's no better thing we could do, I think, than to pour into the lives of someone younger than us. We're going to come back to that in a few minutes. Nate, biggest challenges you've experienced as a high school athlete during the COVID-19?
Biggest, a lot for team sports is soccer. It's hard to get the best training in because the best training is in-game simulations and scrimmaging with other players and stuff.
Yeah.
You can't really do that with all this.
Yeah.
I mean, you can obviously work on endurance and strength and quickness
Right.
basic technical things, but you can't actually get the in-game simulation, which is the
Nothing
best.
like games. Nothing like
So
game
it's
time.
hard
Yeah.
to find a way to.
Yeah. Man, I want to encourage you all, man. I'm impressed just talking to you guys, man, because you guys are going to be doing amazing things. The fact that you agreed to take part in this panel, to me, says a lot about you. And I guarantee it, man. Great things are coming to you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep hanging in there. What about as a teen athlete that has decided not to drink or use drugs, not to vape, not to smoke weed? What has been your experience with that? Have you been like ridiculed or has it been like, or I don't know, what's it been like for you? I can speak for me because I went to college after 5 years of clean time. And what's college? Let me back up. And I joined a fraternity. What are fraternities known for?
Drinking.
Partying.
Community service. Big Brother program. Voter registration. Penny drive. Coat drive. Shoot. No. Jug, right? Yeah. Old school and all that. Yeah. I didn't drink once. Not even once. Bro, I was not going to throw away 5 years of clean time just to join a fraternity. I was in it for the community service and the brotherhood and all that. And I'll be honest with you, it was one of the best decisions I made in my entire life. Yeah, next to going to college and marrying my wife and buying the truck that I got. I mean, oh my God, I had so much fun. So much fun. Dude, if you can, check college out, bro. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. Now, you don't have to go. Don't go to make a lot of money, but go for the experience. Are you guys heading to school? What do you think? Are you heading in that direction? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to say, go. Dude, go. Now, you might not want to go to Joe's Discount Community College. I mean, if that's where you can get in, go ahead and go. But push yourself. If you can get into a D1 school, I highly recommend it. I went to Shaw, and it was a good school, but just I really believe amazing opportunities to connect with other people. I'm still like this. I talked to one of my frat brothers today, you know, and it's actually almost as close as family. Yeah. Even the people who are not in the fraternity, it's like it's something, you know, where we're like we came through that together. But what has it been like for you guys as an athlete? Let me ask you this. Let me back up. And other people are going to see this, so please do not mention any names, all right? Okay? But do y'all know people your age who drink, vape, or smoke weed? Tell the truth. Don't lie. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. How do you all deal with that? Like, let me ask you this. Are they possibly, I'm going to ask, are they possibly people that you may have been on a team with at one point? Yeah, I'm seeing Jordan, you kind of shaking your head. Sorry. Jordan's like, I ain't saying nothing. Girl, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. All right, so how do you deal with that, being one of the people who's known not to drink, smoke weed, or vape? How do you deal with that? Malik?
I mean, the best thing that you can do is set the boundary early. Let everybody know through your actions, through your words, through how you hold yourself, you know, that's not what you're gonna go to do. You have a different thing that you're trying to do. Like, I simply tell people, I'm trying to go to college and be the best athlete I can. So I'm not gonna do it.
Wow. So you dropped that on them. Okay. Nate Dogg, what do you think?
I 100% agree with what Malik said. Just so that's not going to help you be the best person you can be.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to do any of this stuff. There's no point to it.
So y'all started preaching to him, huh? Okay. All right, Jordan, what do you think? You at the party, somebody walks up, dude, yo, bro, hit this right quick. Come on, man. Don't be that, bruh. Don't be that, bruh.
I try to like switch the topic, like not even like I just switch the topic, or I just walk off like I didn't even hear him.
Just walk smooth off like I didn't even hear you.
Just walk off.
You know, I'll be honest with you. Being in a fraternity, that happened where people would offer. We'd be at a party and drinks are flowing, and somebody see I got a bottle of water, and somebody walk up with a cup. You know, the best thing I didn't have to teach. I didn't preach. I didn't tell them I was in recovery. You know, the best response that worked every time. Every time. You want to hear it?
What?
Nah, I'm good.
Heck yeah, I do be saying that though. I ain't gonna lie.
Time.
I do be saying that.
There was one time where there was this drunk dude followed me around. He was from another organization, and he was like, "Come on, bro, you got to drink with us. You got to drink with us." After I figured it out, because he was kind of tipsy, I said, "Listen, bro, I don't drink. I'm good. All right." And I looked him dead in his eyes, and he figured it out. I think he had a moment of clarity and said, "Okay, let me leave this dude alone." And he's like, "All right, bro," and he moved on. That was it. But it never was an issue. The fact that I didn't, it never got in the way. Now, I bet there were some parties that I probably was not invited to, but there were probably parties I probably wouldn't have had a good time at anyway. Yeah. Let's see. How do you deal with teammates that might be drinking, vaping, or smoking weed?
I try my best to tell them not even try it. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's still gonna be their decision. Mm-hmm. I just tell them just don't. Yeah. I just keep telling them that, but I mean, it's their decision at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is. Now, Jordan, you said you play what sport?
I play football and run track.
What position you play in football?
Slot wide receiver.
Okay. So imagine your quarterback smoking weed. Not saying he does, but imagine if he did. How do you think that might affect his performance?
Running out of breath a lot, not remembering the plays, making bad decisions on the field.
Throwing short, throwing the wrong side, throwing back shoulder when he should throw it in front of you, not leading you. Yeah, just making bad decisions. And now you got hands like catcher's mitts, but he ain't putting the ball where it need to be for you to make the highlight film.
Yeah.
It completely affects the team. Yeah. Same question, Malik. What position you play, Malik?
Oh, I'm a defensive tackle.
I didn't think you was a kicker. I'm messing with you. Big small kicker.
Oh,
Kicking the letters off the ball. Okay, so you said you play defensive what?
Defensive tackle.
Oh, you on the D line. Okay, so let's say your guard is drinking like all the time. Oh, by the way, if a person drinks, a teenager, it usually stays in their system for like 72 hours. So they get drunk on Saturday, it's going to be like Wednesday before they finally are back to some level of 100%. Yeah, it doesn't just pass through just because you don't feel the intoxication. So your guard on the same line or the defensive end, they're like drinking like all the time. How would you deal with that?
If they're ready to hear it, I mean, that's the big thing. If they're ready to hear it, then you can step in and lead them and tell them. Like,
how would you know? How would you know if they're ready?
What are you saying?
How would you know if they're ready to hear it?
If they start coming to you, like I'm gonna put a good example out there. This kid, he's already said sorry. He's made up for it. But this kid got caught vaping, and he came to me after all of this happened and said, "I'm sorry. Like I know I messed up. I did wrong for the team." And he came to me and apologized to me for being one of the team leaders. And I told him, I was like, it was a bad decision, but we're here for you. You know, we're as a team, we're here to help you. Like whatever you need, just ask us. Yeah, that's what teams do. That's why I love sports, man. It's a different than your buddies in class. You know, them guys you blood, sweat, and tears with. You know, it's different. Same question, Nate Dogg. What do you think?
I think just what they're saying, just set the best example you can for them. Because what Jordan said, it's their decision at the end of the day. You can only do so much, but you can try as much as you can. Try your best to try and influence them. Mm-hmm. And it may not always work, but you have to constantly keep trying. You have to keep trying, because if you don't try, then nothing is going to happen. Mm-hmm. It might not still happen, but at least if you're trying, there's still a chance that someone could change and stop, and then they benefit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you said a mouthful right there when you said it may not help. They may be at the point where, dude, I got it, I'm good, I'm okay, I don't need your help, that type of thing. And that's just the reality of it. I love the fact that you all said it comes down to it's their decision. We are responsible for our own decisions. We can make our own decisions, but we can't frequently control the outcomes of those decisions. So I think it's important that we make the best, the healthiest decisions we can on a regular basis. Gentlemen, let me think. Let me ask you a question real quick about this type of format. Do you think there may be some benefit to it? Do you think it was a waste of time? And be honest with me. You know, do you think that someone else who may hear this, a parent, maybe an 8th grade student, because you all are junior and seniors, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think that this type of discussion may have some benefit? Because we're pretty much virtual right now. I would love to get into some classrooms, or at least maybe come to a practice and share some information with some students, tell them my story, tell them what happened to me. But do you think that there may be some benefit to, let me back up. I got to ask this question. Is your school doing anything when it comes to prevention? Malik.
They're educating. They're doing exactly. They're trying to teach you why not, how, like, what is it going to do to you? Trying to just turn you away from it. You know, they got the strict law. They got the strict rules with we can't have this in the school. So, and they patrol heavily for it. But it just comes down to education. You have to teach them what's going to happen if they end up making that decision at the end of the day. That's on them. That's their decision.
What type of education is it, if you don't mind? Is it like a program? Is it a one-shot deal?
It's like a health education thing when your freshman year that goes over like 6 weeks or so, and they teach you about all of it.
Okay.
And then even after that, you probably still get a little bit of talk. They'll still talk to you a little bit about it. Just every once in a while, they'll just say something.
Yeah.
They'll just remind you, send out this new information, all that.
Okay. Beneficial or no? What do you think? Yes or no? At your school?
Yes, it's beneficial for the people who are mature enough to hear it.
Okay. Because for some, it probably in one ear, out the other. It's like, oh no, not another
like
drug
I
talk.
don't want to hear this. This is it's lies, or they just for some people it's just they are not ready to hear it yet. It's going to take something else for them to realize what's going on.
Okay. I think we're almost over time. I hate the fact that I got a bunch more questions I want to ask, but I want to hold you. I said it was going to be 1 hour, so we're going to start wrapping it up. Nate Dogg, same question. Any type of education? Do y'all go to the same school?
Yes.
Oh, so Nate and Malik, you're at the same school?
Yes.
Jordan as well?
Nah, I go to Monroe.
Okay, so you go to a different school. At your school, is there any type of education going on when it comes to helping kids stay away from alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs? And is it helpful or not?
Yeah, we have it's like a class.
Okay.
It's something. We got like a class for it. I mean, like they said, I mean, some of them is just in one ear, out the other. But I mean, some people is just more mature than others.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Not everyone's ready for this type of conversation. Yeah. Okay. So about my initial question about this type of discussion, beneficial, no, maybe. What do you think? Nate Dogg, what do you think?
I think this is very beneficial to people that are trying to listen that may not know where to go. I think together put out a lot of very good points of discussions of like teaching, because you had the whole segment of teaching parents, and because no one's going to know exactly what to do on every single thing, so just any little bit of teaching. Even for me personally, I think it's also helped me personally just open my eyes to other things that I might not have think about that either you or Malik or Jordan have brought up, that I was like, oh, this is a very good point. So I think
awesome.
Maybe it might not be the entire thing, but someone can at least something beneficial.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you all.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank
you for having me too.
My pleasure. Would you all be interested in maybe getting on at a later date with different questions?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it would be great just to, maybe poll the public, just the people that we're trying to target, just ask them for questions. Ask them what they want to know from juniors and seniors about what's going on.
Okay. Well, actually, I got a list of questions here, but we kind of went off the rails with the discussion. Yeah. So we'll do the questions. Those questions that I sent you, a lot of those were compiled over years from parents and other students. So you guys got to come back then, and we'll go through the questions. How about that?
Absolutely.
That'd be all right?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe next week sometime.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I'd do that.
You guys are awesome. Thank you, gentlemen. I'll be in contact. Take care of yourselves and all the best. Keep up the good work.
All right.
And be safe. Wear your masks. All right.